This video shares how I created an original campaign setting for Dungeons & Dragons within the 3D World Builder and virtual tabletop system of RPG stories. Web links are in the video description to learn more and to access the creations that you will see in this video. The starting concept was for a familiar kind of medieval fantasy setting with a slight twist. A group called the Ministry of Magic and Monster Management struggles to cope with an outbreak of monster attacks and with rumors about dangerous magic growing in hidden places. Some years ago, the Ministry was established as an independent institution apart from all of the kingdoms as a kind of non-government organization that can act without fear or favor of any particular kingdom or government. The Ministry is responsible for anything related to monsters and magic, including teaching and research, investigations, and coping with threats. Unofficially, some people study and practice secretly, and others circumvent the laws as private contractors. Players can decide how their characters fit into this campaign world, including if they will act for or against the Ministry, independently, or in another fashion. Adventures could involve individual short episodes, long-running campaigns, or diverse quests of variable scopes. The starting concept seemed okay, but then I met a practical issue about how to create this entire setting within a 3D virtual tabletop system. The 3D environment is superb for showing immersive detail of specific scenes, yet a larger scale of view with a complete geographic region will exceed the limits of computer graphics processing power. The solution involved creating a standard two-dimensional map of the larger geographic region. Currently, RPG Stories allows for importing your own 2D objects, and therefore I could import my own regional map. I had adjusted the scale to align with the building grid and to allow for easy measurement. In this particular case, 10 feet in the digital space would equal 100 miles in the represented map space. In the 3D World Builder mode, I created numerous scenes for specific locations and encounters, as well as plenty of generic environmental scenes that easily could fit into diverse situations. Whenever the characters will move into a place, then I can access the 3D scene that will be the most useful in this particular case. If I will be caught off guard without a 3D map during an unexpected situation, then still I could draw on a vast library of asset models, custom objects, and entire projects that already exist in the 3D World Builder or in the Steam Workshop with a community of productive creators who share their work that can be used in the RPG Stories system. The regional map probably is larger than what most characters will experience during actual games. Nonetheless, the larger region helps to situate the characters in the world and to build a stronger sense of immersion. The named places in the map are only the major population centers and the largest geographic features. Not shown here are the finer details of the environment, smaller population areas, ancient ruins, and roads. I expect to reveal a few of these finer details as part of the character creation process. Otherwise, I do not want to overload the players with too much information. Instead, we all will learn together about the campaign world during the course of the adventures, whenever something might become relevant. In my games, I acknowledge that the characters will know the basic information about the setting, and we can address these aspects at the points when they become relevant. For now, I prepared only a few sentences to share about each named place in the regional map. In the 3D World Builder of RPG Stories, I used the functions of the quest notes to add a little bit of text about each named place. For example, in the map near the words that label the Cloud March Mountains, you can open a quest note. These mountains rise steeply and reach up into the clouds. Legends refer to the giants and dragons who made their homes here. More recently, other creatures have sought solitude in these mountains. For each major area, I created at least one 3D environment, and often I created several sets of 3D environments. Depending on whatever the characters will do, then I can open the environment that will be the most suitable for this particular situation. In my style of world building, I like to work with generalized zones. In this approach, an adventuring encounter at a haunted house or at a mysterious cave does not need to be fixed in a pre-mapped location. Rather, it can occur anywhere within a general zone, similar to how some people might use a hex grid as a way of triggering an encounter within the zone of a hex. In my case, though, the zones could be large oval shapes, concentric rings, or other shapes that are not necessarily hex grids. In your games, maybe you will prefer to use hex grids or another format. The purpose of the zones is to allow flexibility about when to open a specific 3D environment in the 3D virtual tabletop system. Otherwise, no single 3D environment could accommodate every possibility within a fantasy campaign world. The world simply is too large and too complicated to fit into a single scene, while allowing for the characters to make decisions about what to do and where to move. In this case, the standard two-dimensional map helps for establishing the location and context within the campaign world. Next, when the characters will enter into a general geographic area, then a few pre-made generic environmental scenes can start with the 3D experience. The final part of my approach involves the specifically detailed 3D scenes intended for the major encounters. You could develop your own 3D scenes to add in whatever manner works best for your games. At least for me, one important lesson has been to avoid over-preparation of too much detail. I have found that too much pre-created information can ruin the experience for the players to contribute as active creators of a setting. Likewise, too much pre-existing information can prevent me from adjusting to the specific needs of the players, of what their characters are doing, and of what is happening in the campaign world. In the video description, you can find web links to learn more about this new campaign setting and about the RPG Stories 3D World Builder and Virtual Tabletop system. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.